Hello everyone, welcome back to NoTech. In this video, we can see how to handle buttons in Selenium. Let's get started. Here we can see two scenarios. One is click this button and the second one is find the height and width of this button. So let's write the script for this. So go to your package and right click and create a new class and give the name as handling buttons. Select this checkbox and click finish. Now we created a new class. Now we need to write the script to open the browser. So we already discussed this in many of our previous videos. So the first line is system.setProperty of here the browser name and the executable path. And then create a new object WebDriver driver equal to new Firefox driver. Here we are going to use Firefox browser. There is an error message and go to this mark and click this and import the WebDriver and then import the Firefox driver too. Now open the web page where we are going to perform the scenarios. Driver.get of that URL. Here this is our URL. Here one more thing. So usually we write these three lines to open the browser and the URL. So from Selenium 4 we no need to declare this browser and the executable path. So just comment this line and run this program. So still we are able to open that web page. So going forward we no need to write this line. Now let's write the scenarios. First one is click the button and the second one is find the width and height of the button. Now go to that web page. So this is the button we are going to click. So right click from this button, go to inspect element. So this is the element and see what is the locator is available. So here we have ID, name. So we can use the ID. Copy this ID, go to your script and write the script. Driver dot find element by ID, open the bracket and paste that ID value. So usually we will save this ID in the web element. So here we are going to click the button. We can give the variable name as button click. So we are identifying that element by ID and store that value in this variable. Here is an error message, so we need to import the web element. Now we need to click on that button. So call this variable button click dot. You can see a function click off. So this function will click the button. Now we can run the script. Right click, run as Java application. So the button is clicked and it went navigated to the next page. Now we can write the second scenario. The second one is find the width and height of the button. Now again we need to identify this element. Right click from this button, go to inspect and find the value, locator value. So here also we have ID and name. We can use ID as usual. Copy this ID, Here we are going to identify the button size. So driver dot find element by id, open bracket, copy the value and store this in web element button size. Okay. Now size means usually we need to identify the width and height of that button. So for that, so before that import the web element. Sorry, it's already imported. Now identify the width of the element. So for that, copy this variable, put a dot and see if there is any function related to the button size is available. Yeah, here we have get size of. So press enter, get size of. So what size we are going to identify? Again put a dot and see. So we have width and height, but this is not a function. So if you go down, we have get width of. Press enter. So this function will return the width of that element. So this line of script won't return the value. So for that we need to store this value in a variable. So if you go to if you move your mouse to this function, it will show what type of variable is that. It is an integer value. So we need to store that value in an integer. So write int button width. Okay, initially we stored this locator value in an variable, and then we identified the button width. So similar like we need to identify the height of the button. So again copy this variable button size dot get size of, the same function. So again put a dot, and here we need to find, we already find out the width, then we need to identify the height. So we have another function get height of. So this will return the height of the button. So here also we need to store this value in a integer variable. int equal to button height. Okay, now we need to print this value, then only we will get the output value in the console. So for that, system.out.println or type syso and press Ctrl space. Button width. Here we need to copy this variable and paste here. So similar like we need to print the button height. Now we can run this script. So this will return an error. I will tell you the reason after running the script, why it is showing the error. See, you can find an exception. No such element exception. That means it is not able to identify the element. So the reason is initially the first script we wrote for click this button, and the same page we are trying to identify the width and height of the button. So once this line of script is executed, the button was clicked and it went to the next page. Now the URL is, so this is the current URL, but in the same script we are trying to identify the button width and height, but it is in the next page. So in order to avoid this error, we need to go back to the first page, and then from here we need to identify the width and height of the button. For that, we have a function in the Selenium to go back to the first page. So driver dot navigate where we need to navigate. We need to go back or go forward. So we need to go back to the previous page. So select this back off button, back off function. Now it will click on this button. It will go to that page. Then it will go back to the previous page, and from that page it will identify the button width and height. Now let's run the script. The button is clicked, and then it went back to the previous page, and here we got the button width as 86 and button height as 33. Hope you understand this concept. If you have any clarification, please mention in the comments. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.